Yo guys, and welcome to a new review. Today I'm gonna give you my thoughts on episode 1 and 2 of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Alright, so with the official release of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the newest MCU project, or basically not an MCU project, I don't know anymore, it's all very difficult. We have a new Spider-Man show for us to enjoy. It's perfectly corresponded with the release of Spider-Man 2 on the PC, and I have to say only one of two was a complete and utter disaster, and I mean that Spider-Man 2 was awful, as I showed you. But the series in itself, I have to say I was not the biggest fan of the animation when I first watched that first trailer. I thought that the comic book style was very awesome, but when I saw the trailer, it kind of bummed me out because I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to, and I was very afraid that this would stay inside of the episodes as well. Before we go further, obviously there are going to be spoilers because I'm going to talk about the episodes a little bit, and I have to say that the animation is actually pretty good. I have to say it's better than I expected. There are a few things that still annoy me a little bit, with the main thing being that they wanted to really create this comic book style, and sometimes they do it perfectly. They create the borders, the white borders, and then they have a split screen, and at some point in the first episode when Peter is talking to someone, the spider is gonna bite him, you see the screen split up like this, and well, you see the bite as well. It's very comic book style-y, and it's very awesome in that way, and really enjoyed that. On the other hand, they used some kind of 2D animation, and the animation style is quite unique, and that's what I love. But they did it with 3D style in it, so the characters move like it's 3D, but without the shadowing of a 3D project. So it makes it very bland for when they move in a 3D environment. It makes faces just go like the nose is just shifting and the eyes are just shifting a little bit and the chin is just shifting a little bit and the hair is just doing this. And it's very weird to see, and it kind of bummed me out because it was very weird to see. I still loved it for what they did and for how unique it is, and I'm really looking forward to more unique animation styles, just like the animation for X-Men 97 also was very unique, and I really love those things. But the 3D parts in this really did not work well on faces at all. Apart from the Peter Parker as Spider-Man shots, because when he was Spider-Man, it actually was pretty good, and I actually really loved how that looked in the animation. I have to say that some parts of this episode I was thinking, this is going a bit fast, because obviously they first announced that it was going to be a prequel to Spider-Man Homecoming where he gets bitten by the spider, and we're going to see how everything resolved around that, but they changed the story quite a bit, and they now made it MCU adjacent, which kind of does or does not mean that it's part of the MCU. I think in the end it's not part of the MCU by being part of the MCU. Let's just say the MCU multiverse is a really big thing right now. So I don't know how that exactly works. Is X-Men 97 part of the MCU? Some people think it is, some people think it's not. That's really interesting. I'm gonna see how that folds in later episodes. Maybe it will get obvious. Well, in the first episode they had some fun little callbacks to that, especially in the end. I really loved that they like reshot or reanimated the entire bit from Civil War, but then with Coleman Domingo as Norman Osborn. That was pretty awesome. I really was loving that, and there's a little cameo in there from the guy that's saying, "Hey Spider-Man, do a flip," and also the guy from the bus on Shang-Chi, which was pretty awesome, which made me laugh quite a lot. And I have to say the Doctor Strange cameo also was freaking awesome, and his animation and his look was top notch. I really loved the way Doctor Strange looked in this, and I also love the way Peter looks in this. Giving the old horse a pat, I have to say, yeah, okay, they did change a lot of the ethnicities and a lot of the characters, but hey, It's not like everything has to be the same, so I'm kind of bummed that it's not the original, but I'm also excited to see what they're gonna do with Norman Osborn and Harry Osborn now being a different ethnicity, and Kurt Connors being Carla Connors with also being a different ethnicity. It doesn't annoy me as much as it does with other people, but I do feel like it's is it I'm still scared at this point. I'm not gonna say like oh my god they did it. I'm just gonna say it's okay. I like it, but I want to see where it goes. I am afraid that what Disney usually does, I'm sorry, my t-shirt is way too big. What Disney usually does within their movies, especially with a movie like Strange World that came out 2 years ago, they knock it like, hey, we're being inclusive, and that's not what happened here as of now, so please let's just hope it stays this way. They did have a little bit of racism in there, and I thought that was beautifully done. That really worked and built up the character for Lonnie, which I liked, and didn't feel forced, and I'm happy they used it for that and not with Coleman Domingo and Carla Connors or Lady Connors, I don't know. Lady Lizard, let's just call her Lady Lizards. That's way that I'm pretty open-minded about that, and I really liked what the episode 1 and 2 did for the character for Spider-Man. I really loved the way Spider-Man acted in this because that was pretty damn awesome. It was really accurate. I really loved how they included some things. I have to say that the voice actor for Peter Parker is not my favorite as of now. And I am not completely sold on his portrayal yet. I am sold on everyone, especially Coleman Domingo as Norman Osborn sounds phenomenal. But the voice actor for Spider-Man, he mainly just talks like this a lot of the time, and I really never felt like this was a voice for Peter Parker, you know? And it threw me off a little. It was, I mean, it's the same voice actor as in What If, so that was pretty cool that they have this consistency, but it hasn't completely sold me, so I hope the latter episodes do solve it for that. I also love the inclusion of how they used the story of Spider-Man, how he got his powers, which was interesting and odd because he just came out of a magic portal, which makes it non-MCU adjacent, because that would have been weird, because at the time that Peter Parker got bitten by the radioactive spider, Doctor Strange wouldn't even know that he could do magic, basically, something like that. So that was really interesting on how they changed that story, and I do have to say that I really, really kind of loved Butane, which was the pyro guy in the second episode. I really loved that segment. It screamed Spider-Man in my face, and I really loved that. And in the end, when Coleman Domingo or Norman Osborn finds out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, I have to say that I did not buy that at all. I mean, Peter Parker is a pretty smart kid, so why would he be so stupid to change his clothes on a staircase? That just did not make sense at all. So I'm hoping that they're gonna make fun of that in the latter episode or something like that. But for now, I have to say that I really liked the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episodes 1 and 2. I am a little bit curious about where they are going next, but according to the people who managed to see the entire season already for their reviews and stuff like that, it should be pretty good near the end. So I'm very excited to see where this series goes. It's never going to be on a high as X-Men 97 was, but that is not important. As long as I have fun with Spider-Man, which is for now not working because of the ass PC port that Spider-Man 2 got. So this is my comfort food until we have a decent port for that game. Alright, what did you think of these first 2 episodes? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man's episode 1 and 2. Jesus Christ, that's a very fucking long title actually. So, thank you for watching. Tell me your comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye bye.